Hello, beach friends. When the beach looks like this, I am always pretty giddy and pleasantly surprised. There are no guarantees when it comes to this beachcombing business, so technically, it's always a surprise to see what all is out there. But today, I got a wonderful surprise as I explored the south end of Marco Island. Sometimes it's a matter of being at the right place at the right time. Sometimes it's experience, and sometimes it's both. I did try to put luck on my side as much as possible by coming at low tide, and today is my first beachcombing experience as a Florida master naturalist. I didn't need that to know that that is an apple murex, but it sure doesn't hurt. There's so many other fun things that I've been learning about Florida. So we found an apple murex. Okay, here's another one of the rather common shells. This is a banded tulip, and we are going to really lean into the scientific names of the three shells that we are trying to learn. Here we have, okay, another apple murex, but look how lacy this one is. Oh, it's got all its little frills. What a beautiful specimen. So that is another apple murex. And then here we have the Sinistral fulgur sinistrum, or lightning bug. Yep, probably going to find a couple of those gorgeous seashells. So I am excited. I've been here before, but I never really know what to expect. And whoa, today was a really fun day because like a beach magician, I'll be pulling seashells from the surf, and there are so many that just take my breath away. But even this alphabet cone is no comparison to the star of the show today. So if you're ready to see what other dazzling treasures are rolling around in the surf, let's go to the beach. I'm not wasting any time at all. The tide is going out. Ooh, this is a banded tulip or a Cinctura hunteria. I've decided that the orange ones are the best ones. So I think that that is just swell. I have noticed that they're just a little more rare than the quote unquote regular banded tulip. That is an example of a regular banded tulip. It has more of a white base and then kind of the camo colors versus an orange base with the orange colors. Very pretty. And if we find more, you'll notice that they're probably not the orange variety, a little more rare. Hello, fighting conch. There are so many. It's probably going to be a challenge to not pick these up. All right, it's got a kind of a stromboid notch there, so it's like a subadult. And I noticed that the lip is not very thick. So the adults will have a nice thick lip. That one is not quite an adult yet. And on days like this, if there's something really spectacular in the fighting conchs, I'll try to look. Yeah, but I try to look around them. So that's a shark eye. A little worse for wear. And then we have one of those fighting conchs. I like. Oh, see, that's what I was saying about kind of like the special fighting conchs. That one is awesome. This one also does not have, it has a stromboid notch. The lip is not that thick. So I think, again, we're kind of looking at a subadult. So what kind of magical things are here? I know, yes, there's tons of conchs. I'm going to try to actually hunt around them, with the exception of this one, because this is a juvenile. And there's, oh, I just love the juveniles. All of the like little spikes are kind of concentrated on top, but that is also a fighting conch. Very nice, but not to worry. There's definitely shells other than fighting conchs here. All right, we got some garbage. Looks like we have a bait bag. So I'm going to empty the sand out of that, and we'll throw that in the shell bag. I see something beautiful. All right, so that is a big old lightning whelk. Now, isn't it funny how that 6 inches of water just made that shell perfect? Yeah, that's what'll happen to 6 inches. It's like a beauty filter, but it is not anything I'm going to keep this time. We'll just have to keep hunting. Perhaps there's something else big and beautiful here. Yep, right on cue. We have another lightning whelk. So this one will pass the muster. I will go ahead and take that. Oh, it's so pretty. Ooh. So this is like an albinistic fighting conch. It's not truly albino. Look, the purple's on the outside. Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, for me, yeah, some of those fighting conchs, they're my favorite shell. So some of them really speak to me. Some of them actually sing to me. I think that one might have been singing. Right, here is another one of the Sinistrofulgur sinistrum or lightning whelk. So the scientific name is because it's left opening, and its common name is because it's got all stripes on it. Oh, it's so pretty. Lovely day. So it's not sunny because I'm kind of behind the buildings here. I'll give you a shot in a minute. Here we have a calico scallop. Oh, but it's not perfect. It's been here a minute. Still very pretty though. All right, here is a sunray Venus clam with that little kiss of like the melon color on the back. Yep, sunray Venus clam. I just like them. Oh, so there was this like tidal pool kind of sort of. So now my victims are going to be sedentary. So I'm going to have a much better, easier time kind of plucking them through the water versus kind of like hunting them down through the surf. Okay, I see an old banded tulip right there. There's some nacre, a fighting conch. There's a pen shell. There's another fighting conch. And so I've been doing this a while. I'm able to kind of decipher and see the condition of the shell very quickly. I have to kind of slow down when I'm showing you all for the camera so you get a chance to see it. Little horse conch. Yeah, it's in the water. So anytime you're shelling in the water, I'm really trying to make sure that there's nothing in there. Now we can see it a little bit better on screen. On the beach, I have a little bit harder of a time to see, but want to make sure it's empty and safe to take home. That's kind of pretty. A very bleached out tulip. There's a lightning whelk, a couple fighting conchs, calico scallop. So it kind of looks like, just based on the coloring, a little bit older stuff here. Yeah, maybe that's an albino nutmeg. It's kind of older. It's kind of broken. Save that for somebody else. I do have a couple of those. Okay, so pretty much what I would expect to be here. Oh, look, there's a little tinted cantharus there. Yeah, just hiding next to the nacre, and yep. So that is a little tinted cantharus. Very, very nice. Oh, I see right. This shell has a couple names. This is a gaudy nautica or a colorful moon snail. So it is kind of like a cousin to the shark eye. Lovely. I didn't even get you a chance to look at it. There you go. And this olive was kind of talking to me too. Ooh. And I don't know if it was at this point. I'm like, it's like a pointy cowrie. So it's like a long, skinny, pointed cowrie. But not really. It's an olive. And then the colorful moon snail. What else? Oh, would you look at that? A purplish simile. Well, that's kind of cool. I don't get to find those all the time. Neato. And I am seeing the similarity between this and the white Atlantic simile. I do see the similarities in those similes. This is a Florida prickly cockle. Delightful. Oh, hi. Oh, hi, True Tulip. Sorry it took me so long to get to you. Ooh, aren't you pretty? So that's a True Tulip. They are much well, they're more rare than the banded tulips. They have a little bit of a texture on the shell, and they look different. Clearly, the lines are more pronounced in the banded tulips on the right. Like they have those really deliberate lines. And then the true tulips on the left, they do get bigger. They actually get a lot bigger than the banded tulips. So you'll see me kind of popping in and out of the shade and behind these buildings here, which is actually quite nice. It's a little warm out, but I like the way that the footage looks when you're actually in the sun. There is a purplish Tagalus. So a fun place to shell because you kind of dart in and out of the shade. And there's not always great goodies, but today there seems to be some pretty good goodies here. Pretty good goodies. All right, a surf clam. That's a pretty good goodie. You had to ask me. I don't know. It's like compulsive for me. I have to hold it up to the sun and just kind of look through it. Yeah, neat. A surf clam. Ooh. Yeah, that one was kind of singing. Oh, it's so pretty. Yeah. So anything extreme fighting conchs, or actually that's not true, is it? That albinistic one wasn't really extreme, was it? I don't know. I just like them. Now this I know, it's alive. I saw it kind of hopping around. Yep, and there's the foot, the body just kind of swinging around. Hi, fighting conch. So these are my favorite snails. I think that they are awesome, and they actually have really cool eyes. Now, as you can see, they can move their eyes independently, which helps them scan for predators, and they also do have a lens, a retina, and a cornea. So these critters actually have a little bit better vision than many of the other snails that really can only detect light. Now, this is not entirely surprising at all because I do see them kind of like scooch back into their shell if I see their eyeballs out. Sometimes they will react, so I know that they have decent eyesight. And then that big black thing, it's proboscis or its trunk. So like an elephant, we call it a trunk, but it's actually a proboscis. So it's like a little baby elephant with these cool little eye stalks. Oh, I just love them. So thanks for the little show, Fighting Conch. We'll just put you down. There you go. Do your fighting conch thing. We are going to walk around this jetty right here. And this jetty has given me problems in the past, but I guess just with all the storms and everything, the tide doesn't need to be that low anymore, and you can kind of easily get around it. It's always just be careful. If the water is murky, you can take a wrong step and next thing you know, you're down. Now, all those people standing like that, that means there's a dolphin. So anytime I'm walking around and I see people just standing there looking out at the water, there's a dolphin out there somewhere and they're enjoying that little creature, but I'm enjoying looking for these seashells, and the tide is only going to be low for so long. That's a pretty calico scallop. Very nice, that little white like stripe on it. Okay, plenty of shells here. Is it anything that I want to put in my shell bag, though? That is the question. It's never really a question of if there are shells. It's just really a matter of what shells are here. Okay, here's another calico scallop. That's rather lovely. Yeah. You're very pretty. Very pretty calico scallop. Okay, another one of those pointy cowries. Or, ooh, I mean like really pointed, but a lettered olive. Very nice. But like the cowrie, their body does kind of like wrap around their shell. That's why they're so shiny. Oh, it's beautiful over here. The color of that water. Absolutely beautiful backdrop. I'm just busily looking for seashells. So yeah, there's not too much over here. You know, it depends. There's a couple of scallops, and sometimes this area is better shelling than around the jetty, but today I'm kind of finding the better shelling to be around the jetty. So I came out, had to check just in case, but I'm going to go ahead and make my way back around to where I was. Look, it's a shark. Isn't that cool? Yeah, a little baby shark right there. It's fast. Was I afraid? Not at all. I don't think that that shark would look at me and think dinner. So I am not afraid at all. I'm not really going to chase it down, but I was very excited. Really happy to see it. And I'm hoping on one of my future dives that I will get to swim with a shark. Look at this. Well, I can't even, so bright. Oh, beautiful. So that is a calico scallop. And sometimes they'll just be like anomalies. They'll just have just like a really bright color. I love when that happens. All right, what else we got? Okay, okay, here's another scallop, but this is a rough scallop. You can really kind of see the ribs are very different. And then the little appendages on the bottom, they are not symmetrical. They are asymmetrical. So that is a rough scallop. There is a calico scallop. Back behind the buildings in the shade. Okay, that's great. Tide is still going out, so we'll see. The more beach is getting exposed, and so more things are kind of becoming visible. Here is another lightning whelk. I mean, a nice size too. I like personally when it's all packed with sand because I know it's empty. There's no hermit crab in there. Lovely. All right, another lightning whelk, or the Sinistrofulgur sinistrum. Oh, so when it comes to something like this, the conchs are really distracting. Another lettered olive. So what I try to do is I say, hi, you know, I acknowledge the conchs are here, and then I just look for anything that's not a conch. And it sometimes can be hard just because that's all of the bright colors are the fighting conchs here, but there's something else here. It's not all fighting conchs, so it's just being patient, kind of looking, see if I recognize. Okay, so I did recognize a banded tulip and an apple murex. Definitely fun shells. What else is here though? Okay, another one. That all right. So that's kind of big, but it's actually kind of old. Right, the top of a lightning whelk, lovely. And you see how quick the surf is? It's kind of boom, boom, boom. A boat must have just come by, because typically it's not quite as washy. You know, we'll get like a blurp and a blurp, but a boat must have gone by, and that really kind of changes the swash there. And I wish I could kind of explain how fun this is, because there's a little bit of a physical challenge. It's like an eye-hand coordination, so it's like real life awesome video game for shellers. I don't know. Oh, banded tulip. Yay. Again, notice it's one of those more traditional colored. It's not that orange color. So I'm just anything but the conchs, having so much fun. Oh, well, that was magical. Holy cow. That is beautiful. So that is a true tulip. Oh, that's just stunning. Oh, I felt like a magician. Oh, that is awesome. Okay, what else is here? See what I can kind of discern. Oh, it's so fun. All right, this is almost like cheating, though. Oh, but you're beautiful. Does not have that stromboid notch. I mean, barely. It's like a stromboid bump. So that's going to be like a juvenile. Still absolutely beautiful. Oh, look at this. A 2-for-1. Okay, we have a tinted cantharus inside a lightning whelk. Excellent. I love when that works out. So I'm kind of, I'm looking at that lightning whelk. It's kind of made funny. It's got like a little blurb, but either way, I'm going to keep it, pop that in the shell bag. Okay, tinted cantharus, you're swell. Yeah, you're swell. Now at this point, I see some knuckles, and I'm like, no way. A horse conch here? But I'm giving it some, I'm kind of playing with it here. And all right, I'm going to need to really give it some oomph, because this shell is really kind of buried. Oh, no way. It's the whole shell. Oh, and it's whole. Wait. Actually, that is a fighting conch, I think, with a hermit crab in it. Oh, sorry, buddy. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, look at that horse conch. Oh, it's beautiful. It doesn't have whole, I see right through the beach stuff. Look at the tip on it. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. I can't believe, and I'm like freaking out. I can't believe I found it here in I just wasn't expecting it. So you want to talk about a really fun surprise. This is it. Oh, that is awesome. Like, it's so big I can't even get it in the shot. I mean, that is probably the biggest horse conch I've ever found. Oh my gosh. Now, is it really fair that right after that I would get this really beautiful? Now, it's got some gunk kind of tucked into the laciness, but I'm going to clean that up. Oh, another beautiful seashell. That is a lace murex. All right, another one of those Sinistrifulgar sinistrum shells. Does need some bleach. I do see a little bit of greenness going on there, and that is okay. You will hang out with bleach. It's going to be a bleach day after this. Okay, we're going to throw that into the old shell bag along with, oh, look at a big old horse conch is in there. Yeah, I think they all hang out just fine together. I cannot believe that shell. Wow. And it just goes to show, you never know. All right, here is a juvenile fighting conch with gorgeous zigzags on it. Oh, that is so pretty. So it's a juvenile. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's stripes and patterns. Any other horse conchs? No, we just have a knobless fighting conch. That's kind of cool. Just really different. It had repaired itself at some point. That is an adult. It has nice thick lip on it. So kind of a fun, a little bit different fighting conch. Here's another one. All right, I guess I decided that I was feeling weak and I'm starting to pick up a couple of them. Yep, that lemon color. You should probably sit right next to the horse conch in my bag. Yes. Yes, that's right. We did find one of those. And believe me, if I could have, I would have like had it on a necklace and been like, look what I found. Look what I found. But it's in my shell bag. I'll go ahead and pop this olive in there too. Kind of a fun look, the color on that. Just very muted colors. I thought I saw a cone. Yeah, I did. Yep, there's that cone. Very deep. And it's a nice size. I do see a little baby repair there. Little break on the aperture, little break, but otherwise it's lovely. So yep, hold on to that alphabet cone and this jingle. Yep, those are swell, also called the baby's foot. You kind of see that little scar there. That's where the animal attaches to the shell. So baby's foot or jingle, come in a whole bunch of different colors, except for blues and greens. That would be fun. All right, bunch of chunks of limestone. All right, that machine had thwarted my escape not too long ago. They are rebuilding docks and whatnot back here. Okay, now we're getting into challenge level 10. The sand is kind of whipped up, and so you only get just like a flash of what might be in the water. And the problem for me is that's where I really like to shell. I come up here, it's great. I don't know what, maybe because of the challenge being in the water makes it a little more fun versus just kind of walking along. I honestly don't know. I'll just have to pay attention the next time I go shelling. But for now, back in the water, my favorite place in the summer anyway. Oh, a pear whelk. Very nice. Yep, you are fine. I know you're a little uneven on the aperture there, but I feel like maybe a date with a little Dremel might fix that up. What? Oh, a little horse conch. Now the aperture is broken. Nah. That's okay though. Still a nice size. A little filly, little baby horse conch. Yeah, that's gonna go in there. Incredible that would grow up to that. Yeah, just awesome. Okay, I do rarely talk about the pen shells, so let me just tell you all these brown kind of like things on the beach. They're pen shells. They do have the nacre. So they do make this like mother of pearl surface on them that I've recently learned how to use and make something from. I'll tell you about that in the future. But sometimes I forget that not everybody lives at the beach, and certain things that I get to see all the time, I just neglect to mention them. So I apologize for that. It's like there's sand, there's pen shells, there's fighting conchs. And actually this area, this right here, it just looks so pretty. So I'm going to be quiet and let you have some beach time. Excellent. I've just been spending some time thinking about the horse conch in my bag. But in the meantime, there are some seashells that are not going to pick themselves up. Here we have a top snail. Fun. With a little red top on there. Oh, and a shark eye. We really haven't found many shark eyes today. This is a false shark eye. Yeah. Kind of bulbous. So it is a member of the moon snail family. We just call that a shark eye or a false shark eye, and a bay scallop. These are pretty much the biggest scallops that we get down here in Southwest Florida. This one has a little pock marks on it. That's okay. I'm going to hold on to that anyway. Calico scallop. Look how beautiful. What color would you like? A melon color? Oh, it's just so pretty. I love the oranges. Gorgeous calico scallop. I did see a tulip, and it looked like it might have had no perculum. Let's see. Where'd it go? Yep, there you are. Oh, sorry, buddy. Yeah, so we have a live banded tulip. Try to get that out. Before I knew any better, you do not toss them. These are animals. You place them and you kind of try to get them out of the swash zone. Let them have some calmness. Pretty Florida prickly cockle. I just love those seashells. Prickly on the outside, gorgeous on the inside. Now, I did see that urchin, but what was actually, I didn't see the urchin until literally 2 seconds ago. What I was looking at, I was laser focused on this lightning whelk. Now, theoretically, it's possible. Yeah, it's big. It's okay. But, yeah, the bottom's broken. I mean, look, like if that was the first one I ever found, I would be hooting and hollering and I would keep it. But I have found a few. So I'm going to leave that for somebody else in case they feel so inclined. A plant holder or something. So, okay, another big shell. Those are the two big shells, the horse conch and the lightning whelk. Oh, a sea star. A short spine sea star. Aren't they awesome? Now, these do have little suckers on the end of their tube feet, unlike the 9-armed sea star that does not. Isn't it pretty? Yeah, so I'm not going to walk around the beach with it. I'm just kind of getting past the waves so I can get it back in the water. Here you go, friend. So my perfect beach day is when I can say hi to a couple of creatures. We said hi to that fighting conch. We had this little sea star. We had a couple seashells and that horse conch. So yeah, that kind of just put my day over the top and being one of the ones that I will not forget. Now, I did forget to put that little piece of glass with this garbage, so I added them all together. I collected 1.05 ounces today, but in total, I've removed a little over 76 pounds of garbage from the beach. And since I was weighing things, that horse conch weighed almost 2.5 pounds. It was a big old horse conch. And what's fun is when you put the tops of them together, they look almost identical. And then all of a sudden you kind of pull away and you can see that if that animal were able to live and continue to build onto its shell, it would end up being massive. So just kind of fun. They all start out the same. So I did remove a couple of things in addition to those horse conchs is a lightning whelks. There was a pear whelk, a bay scallop, a jingle, the Florida prickly cockles, some apple murex, some sunray Venus clams, a couple of those calico scallops. Lovely. A couple of those rough scallops. Some banded tulips. You'll notice the orange ones are few and far between. There was some lettered olives, some fighting conchs. Very nice. Oh, the two little cantharus shells. All right, we have some surf clams, the purplish tigerless, the colorful moon snail, the shark eyes, the top snails, the Florida cone, the spotted slipper snail, and then my favorites, other than the horse conch, the true tulips, that really bright calico scallop, the orange banded tulip, the lace murex, that weird little kitten paw, that purplish semele. But honestly, it was all about the horse conch today. That was really fun. But that one chocolate true tulip was also really, really cool. Holy cow. I don't know. I hope you had fun. I had a fantastic time. Man, it's crazy how just that one shell will just make my entire trip. And I was buzzing for days. It was amazing. Patreons, thank you. Because of these my little adventures that I do, I honestly could not do these without you. Next week, we are headed to Fort Myers Beach. It's one of those days that I had a multitude of insert shell here, X. Take a guess. Go ahead. Throw a comment down if you want to try to guess what that shell is, but I find a whole bunch of them. So until then, I hope you have yourself a great week, and I'll see you again next Sunday.